got a true feeling at how alive and well track and field is in the state of Iowa. Here to watch a family member, a neighbor, a friend. This is your first time here. Don't make it your last. You're going to be hooked by the time this day is over. 47.88, it's a new state meet record. Dowling, Cedar Falls, Dallas Center Grimes. And Dowling, your Drake champion and your state champion in the 1600 medley. Got winner set in Decorah, dominating the top four here on this opening 400. Let's bring him home. Something special here on the Blue Oval.
It's crazy how a voice can mean so much to just the sport of track and field.
The way that he's been able to bring us into track and field and share that passion with him is indescribable.
That's what I was thinking when you were like, Mike J is, and I was like, Mike J is track.
Well, never dreamed that we would get to the point where we needed a storage unit to store shoes. But here we are. It's not a problem, but it's a wonderful so-called problem to have, needing a place to store shoes. These are all trainers. As you can see, many Under Armour, very, very gracious to us with a large gift of shoes. So these are all the trainers. And then in this, we got another storage unit here that on this rack, these are field event shoes, jump shoes, all throws shoes, men's large size spikes, and then 2 racks of all sizes of spikes from Under Armour. So whatever sizes we don't have that kids need, we purchase. And it's just, it makes me speechless at times. It's just an absolutely wonderful, wonderful place where we're at right now with shoes and being able to take care of kids. And so we've got a number of trainers we got to pull today and going to my hometown of Columbus Junction. Well, I grew up in Columbus Junction, Iowa, lived in a small town of Fredonia, and loved my days of being a Wildcat. And when I got into high school, junior high and high school, I fell in love with track, mainly. I mean, I was a part of the team, but a very mediocre athlete, but absolutely fell in love with the sport. Had great coaches, Coach Purdy and Coach Peterson, and great teammates. We had great teams at Columbus Junction. And so then once I graduated in 1977, went on to become the track assistant coach and cross-country coach at Columbus Junction for nearly 30 years. It's an exciting time for me to take care of my hometown, and it's going to be really exciting, hopefully, for the kids that are in need of what we have for them. Okay. Well, Columbus Junction, like many rural towns in Iowa, have changed a lot over the years. Columbus Junction would be what I would call a rural Iowa community. Always had a very vibrant Main Street, a lot of farm communities that supported the town and the school. In many towns that have a packing plant, there's a considerable amount of poverty involved because they don't earn the wage that a lot of factory workers do in other locales. Many of the kids that we do take care of have never had new shoes, which is kind of hard to fathom for people that you would have a child that you know that doesn't have new shoes. It's all too common. People that don't live that themselves have a hard time realizing what that is for kids and the embarrassment that it causes, and they want to be involved in things and they can't because they don't have shoes. Okay, get these babies loaded in the car. It's an exciting time for Track Guy because it's an exciting time for kids, and that's what we're here for. So that has changed Columbus Junction. The Tyson plant has also saved Columbus Junction. But there is a considerable amount of poverty, and that's different than what the Columbus Junction was that I grew up in. But it's still a Columbus Junction that I support and love. It's always going to be home. It's just different than what it used to be.
Yeah.
Right
oh,
here.
yeah, you put names. I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Man. Yeah. Okay.
Jose?
Dora. Yep. Dora Lee. He's the other building.
Wimbato?
Winnebago. He's the other building.
Okay. There they come. So anyway, I was a track and cross country coach here at Columbus Junction for 30 years. So when I retired from coaching, I still wanted to stay involved with the sports. So my family, we have started a foundation, and it's called the Track Guy Foundation, and we buy shoes for kids that need shoes. Okay? So we're going to take care of as many of you today as we can. It's always a great day to be a Wildcat. Today was really very much what I thought it would be. Seeing 60 kids with a big smile on their face because they had something that was theirs from day one. It was great to be back in the halls of CCHS and seeing a lot of familiar faces and a lot of people I've known from the past, and it just felt good to be there, and it feels extra good to help kids for my hometown community. Glad to do it, and can't wait for the next opportunity.
Thank you, Mike.
You're more than welcome, buddy. There you go. You run cross country? You do now. Welcome.
Come on, guys.
You're welcome. They fit all right? Awesome. Very good. So I started coaching at Columbus in 1984, and then started coaching as a volunteer in our cross-country team with my old high school coach, Coach Peterson, and the track team with my old high school coach, Coach Purdy. Then eventually got on a paid position as an assistant for both. Then when Coach Peterson retired, I took over as the head cross-country coach, and was always the assistant coach when Coach Purdy coached track. And so 26 years with cross country in all, 30 years in total, and just some of the greatest memories of my life.
As a coach, he was very involved in everybody's lives on the team, like during that season, but also great at relationships with all of his athletes throughout the rest of the school year in the summer. He did it in a way that was so heartfelt, and they could see his passion for it and wanting the best for us, that everybody just gravitated to him as our leader.
We had some success, had great kids to work with, and great families and great community support. So it was everything that I hoped it would be, and then some. Coached all three of my boys. They've always loved the sports of track and field, and still do, and we've gone to a lot of meets together over the years.
The impact that track and field has had on our family, I would say that it has been massive. That's been our life growing up. The way that he's been able to bring us into track and field and share that passion with him is indescribable, I guess.
Well, Track Guy Foundation, our sons, Renee and I's sons, Joe and John, Joe more probably than John was adamant that it was time to give back to the sport of track and field. It had done so much for us as a family, done so much for me personally.
The idea of Track Guy started off as one of those, I don't know, I just had too much time on my hands and daydreaming and thinking about things, and thought that there was an opportunity for Dad to do something for the sport.
You know, the boys had asked Mike, they had talked about doing something like this for, a couple years before they actually talked him into it. And I would always say, your dad doesn't have time for that, because he was traveling all over and he's gone a lot.
And I fought it off. I wasn't sold on the idea that we could or needed to make money to start a foundation on my name. I'm pretty humble, and I wasn't looking at it with a wide enough lens.
Dad's hesitation at the beginning was two things. Number one was he's a very humble guy, and I think to this day it still surprises him that he is such a personality for the sport of track and field, not only here in Iowa, but across the world. The second thing was time. You know, from spring through the winter is very busy with track and field and the prep work that he does. And so the time commitment for him to, put this thing together, I think was also, hard for him to imagine. But like so many things that we do as a family, is we came together and said, okay, let's do this idea.
So that's what we started in October of 2018 with the goal of gifting 25 pair of new shoes to Iowa kids that needed shoes, and one $500 scholarship each year.
And Mike and I have always felt that it is better to give than receive. But when you give like we do, it also, when it comes back, it's so rewarding, and it is rewarding. So when he's not gone somewhere to a track meet or at an event or announcing an awards thing for young people, he's usually working on his track guy stuff.
We are now just a few pairs shy of 1,200 pairs of shoes and 72 $500 scholarships. We've had 14 speaker series events. We've had 5 cross-country coaches clinics, 3 hurdle clinics, all at no cost to the participants. Our mission is to give Iowa kids what they need to be successful in track and field and cross country, or at least help them with what they need at no cost to them.
I would say we've done a great job and knocked it out of the park with shoe donations each and every year. It's something pretty special to see.
We got everybody here that we're going to have. An amazing group of outstanding coaches from all levels.
How do you coach that? What do you tell? I want to know open it up. What do you tell your kids? What kind of tactics, especially young kids? Do you run on the outside of lane 1, inside of lane 2? Do you hug the rail?
We talk about winning as much as we talk about successful outcomes. What is a successful outcome? Let's define success. What is our success?
Thank you, guys. So, with that said, I can't say it enough. Hey, we've got shoes, okay? And we've got people, and we'll take care of you. We survive on t-shirt sales and donations, and we're just lucky we've got people in our corner that feel the same way about kids as we do. So that's been our mission from when we started October of 2018, to give out 25 pair of shoes a year. We thought that would be awesome. And now we're averaging 125. And we wanted to give 2 $500 scholarships a year. We thought that'd be cool. And we've now hit 70. Love those around you. Remember Track Guy, if you know a kid that needs some shoes, we'll take care of them. A little over 9 years ago, Joe came home and said he had met this girl in finance class at the University of Iowa named Casey Harris, and she was really cool and wanted us to meet her. And he wouldn't quit talking about her. I said, well, you got to bring her to our house so we can meet her. And so we did, and we fell in love with Casey Harris. And one of the best things that ever happened to us. After raising 3 boys, now we got this beautiful girl that is just as close to perfect of a human being as you could get, and she liked coming to our house. And she liked coming to our house and our family enough that she and Joe got married, blessed us with our beautiful granddaughter Annabelle, who's now 6. But Casey loved what we do with the Track Guy Foundation. She quit her job in Cedar Rapids to become a full-time mother, and was going to do a lot of the administrative stuff for the Track Guy Foundation, and was never allowed that opportunity.
Yeah, so this last year, as Mike has mentioned, and the whole family, has been a trying year. Casey was diagnosed in January of 2024 with lymphoma.
Casey battled hard for 8 months, and we lost her in September. But it wasn't for a lack of effort. She gave everything she had. The doctors were amazing, but it just wasn't to be.
It's a huge void in all of our lives, but Casey wouldn't want us to be sad. She'd be so happy with what we do with Track Guy. She always was. She was a true blessing to everyone that knew her, and just amazing. We miss her all the time, but she's with us. We've got lots of wonderful memories, and she's lives in our heart and will forever.
My wife, Casey, was so proud of him. And she would go places, and because her last name was Jay, they would recognize her last name and connect that to Dad, and she thought that was like so cool. She really, truly loved him so much and was so proud of him.
She's one of the big reasons why Track Guy Foundation is thriving, while we're helping more kids, because we want to make Casey J proud. Continue to make her proud of what we do, and make her to look down upon us and say, wow, keep it up. You know, you're doing big things. And because of Casey, there's absolutely no doubt that we're in this for the long haul. It's to make her proud of what we do. Okay, 2025 is here, and it's time to send out annual emails. Right before cross country starts, and again during the cross country season, the same way with track and field, I send an email to every head coach in the state of Iowa, boys and girls, for those two sports, and explain to them what we do and tell them the process. And dear coaches, I'm sending this on behalf of the Track Guy Foundation. Our main focus is to make sure Iowa kids have the proper footwear to be involved in track and field and cross country. Feel free to check us out. So some kids need shoes and spikes. Some just need spikes. Some need shoes. Some throwers need throw shoes. There we go. 710 emails sent, and we'll see where that takes us. Well, you know, any coach that has coached long at all, you're always going to have, I don't care what sport it is, there's always going to be a kid or two that have less than the other kids. And no kid wants to be in that position. As a coach, I always watched for that, you know, and made sure that I got them what they needed. So here, I just immediately got a response. Thanks, Mike. I'll be sure to let you know if anyone is in need. You guys do an amazing service to young people. Thank you. So, and that's what probably the majority of what we get back will be. So what we do is they'll send me an email, say what they need, and the size. Most of them, I'll go to Fitness Sports or Iowa Running Company, if it's me personally, pick them up and buy them and mail them to them, and they'll usually have them within 2 days. Okay, a couple pair of shoes, got a pair of spikes and a pair of trainers, one going to Northwest Iowa and one to Southeast Iowa. So we'll get the babies wrapped up and get them to the mailbox today. You know, if I get the chance, I'd like to send these shoes to the high school and attention to the athlete they're going to. You know, many of these kids have never received a new pair of shoes, and I'd rather have them open them and see what they got other than the coach, if that works out for everybody. This label printed out before I have. Oh yeah. There's our first pair of 2025 going out. So, and now pair number 2 will be ready to go. When it comes to shoe partners, we have amazing support. So Fitness Sports is one of our shoe partners, Fleet Feet in the Quad Cities, and now they have just bought the Fleet Feet, same folks, in Des Moines, and Peak Performance in Sioux City, Iowa Running Company in Cedar Rapids, Velasa out of the Twin Cities, Throw Shoes manufacturer. They give us a great discount. We could not do it without them. You know, if we had to pay full retail price on the shoes that we buy, we would buy less than half of what we have. So we're very, very fortunate, very, very thankful and appreciative of what they do for us. And they believe in what we do, obviously, and they realize there's a need, and they want to do their part to help. But what they do for us is, you can't put a price on it.
Having a good pair of shoes to train in is everything in this sport. It's really one of the only things you need as a runner. I just need a pair of shoes. And you know, as you put more miles on your shoes, they wear down. If you're not changing them, can lead to injury and all those other things. So having a good pair of shoes is a way to stay healthy and also just like get in your work.
We were the fortunate beneficiary of several of our athletes, and every school has athletes that, you know, can't afford shoes, and it's been so helpful. And I'm speaking when I was coaching, to have a kid be able to have a nice pair of shoes just like everyone else.
It's been a tremendous help. Like I said, I know we come from a community that's very blessed, but there's always ones that need help. And Mike's the guy that if you give a phone call, it's there. I know I asked for a couple sets this year in 2025 alone, and they were literally next day to me, and I had them for our kids. So like I said, for what he does for these kids in the state of Iowa alone, I can't speak enough about him on what this foundation's done for our program, but also around the state. It's been absolutely amazing.
What Mike does with that is just unbelievable. It's so neat, and it's really important. I don't know how many shoes that you've gotten out. It's
about 1,200 now.
1,200.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've had a few of those, and so appreciative of that. It's really neat.
Seeing the growth and how much success Dad has had with the foundation is truly heartwarming, and I couldn't think of a better guy that this is, you know, happening to, that's front running this foundation that's doing so much good across the state of Iowa.
One word to describe Mike J is generous. And what I mean by that is obviously starting the foundation in itself. It's really important to him to give back to the community.
Just trying to fill a need, and unfortunately there is a need, but that's the way it is, and there always will be, and we're just trying to do our best to help kids out that way. Well, connections that I've made through track and field and that have helped us get started, whether it be with selfies with shirts on, putting a good word out for us, donations, whatever. And that's part of the thing that I was fighting when we first came up with this idea, when the boys did. I didn't want to use that as leverage that somebody would do that for us just because it was me. I wanted them to want to, and I have found that to be the case each and every time. When we got started in 2018, and the deal always was with the boys, and they were adamant that we get some t-shirts designed and we could sell them online, sell them at functions and make some money. I texted Jenny Simpson, who I'd met through track and field, and said, hey, we're starting this foundation to raise money for Iowa kids. Jenny has Iowa connections, you know, and would you be interested in taking a selfie with one of our shirts if I send it to you when I get them? And about 4 days later, I get in the mail a card from Jenny Simpson telling me that she'll support what we do. She loved the idea and all that, with a check for $500, and we hadn't even had T-shirts made yet. Brittany Brown, when she was at Iowa, huge supporter, still is. Took selfies with our shirts, sent us new shoes after she won the bronze medal in Paris. Shelby, as an American record holder and one of Iowa's all-time best, has been with us from day one as well. John Anderson, ESPN. John has Iowa connections, born in Iowa City, and John has become a great supporter of ours. And they know that as important as they are to me and as important as they are to Track Guy Foundation, they have the same desire and the same love for helping kids that we do. And so it was easy for them to get on board, and we're very, very appreciative of that.
Being able to help out with the Track Guide Foundation and what Mike has given to this state, I can't tell that man no. He's been a mentor for since my freshman year in college all the way up through life, and one of my very good friends to this day. And to be able to give back to a sport that meant so much to me as well, and built me into the young man I am, for him leading a program like this, it's absolutely amazing for what he's done for the state.
I really, in my heart of hearts, want to believe that people want to help others, but they don't know how to go about it. And we give them a vehicle to be able to help kids through us. And I think that they appreciate that, and that's why so many have been on board from day one and continue. They wouldn't know where to start to give to a kid. And this gives them, especially if they're track fans, it gives them the opportunity.
And one of the things that I think all of us are so grateful for and surprised about is that we never thought that we would raise so much money for the foundation just through donations, that people would just write checks and companies would write checks to the Track Guy Foundation to further the mission. And I guess we were naive to that.
You know, and the support we get, and we've talked about people in the track and field world that have been with us, coaches, track fans around the state that have donated to us from day one. I couldn't even count them all. It's things like that. It just really hit you in the feels and really makes you know that what you're doing is the right thing. To have so many people on board wanting to help, it's still mind-boggling to me.
It's truly amazing to see how well he can balance announcing track and field and cross country and the responsibilities of the Track Guy Foundation. It's really a sight to see.
In 1975, when I'll never forget, I was sitting by Coach Purdy at the Drake Relays. He got me a pass to get in, and I rode with the team. And Jim Duncan was announcing, and I just fell in love with it. I thought it was so awesome, and here he is saying something about almost every kid in the meet. And I told Coach Purdy I want to do this someday, you know, kind of half-heartedly, but I wanted to. I was very active in speech, and I loved track and field, and I wanted to do it. Well, you know, when I started announcing, it was at our home meets at Columbus Junction. It was obvious that, you know, we needed an announcer. So I started doing our home meets while I was coaching, and then other schools that came to our home meets asked me if I would be interested in doing their home meets. And at the same time, I was working in a factory in Muscatine. So I was trying to balance being married, having 3 little kids, coaching track and cross country, and announcing. And the announcing thing just started taking off. People were asking me to do their meets.
So I do have probably some things I need to write down in my calendar since you're getting ready to start your busy schedule again.
Well, there was a time when I didn't have to write down meets that I was going to do. And now I have to, or I catch myself coming and going. And so the old date book, they're not on Mike J's phone. I've got them in here so I can attempt to keep up with them. But
then you leave Thursday.
Yeah, I'll leave Thursday about noon.
Okay. And you have a hotel room already?
Yep.
Okay.
It has snowballed to the point where that was one of the reasons I got out of coaching in 2011, because I saw that this is something I really enjoyed, and it was taking me around the country. I didn't want to have to make that decision where I was going to miss track practice or cross-country practice or meets, or was I going to be somewhere announcing. And so it wouldn't have been fair to be on the road when I was supposed to be coaching, and I really wanted to announce. And so that's what I did and still worked. And then in 2016, I retired for everything but announcing, and that's what I do now. It's, I hate to say it's my full-time job, but it's definitely my full-time hobby.
The A.D. Dickinson Relays is a mainstay in Iowa track and field, and we're glad you're a part of it for 2025. Have a great day of competition both in the field and on the track. We're just moments away from getting this started. And the first of two sections in the 3200 underway. Kanan Dunham of Pella running very well. It is Denver and Pella. And we're going sub-7 with Kellen Harder. Harder of Grinnell out of lane 8, 691. They'll run freshman second and third and anchor with state meet veteran junior Alex Woodley. Outstanding field, Noel Steinus of Tipton in the field, a four-time cross-country champion. Southeast Polk with Elena Goldsberry. Willis of Iowa City West in lane 5. Ava Willis. Riley Parks of Pella.
So just off the top of your head, can you list the top meets that you've announced?
Yeah, the Olympic trials are always going to be up there at or near the top. NCAA championships, I've been fortunate. I've announced over 30 US ATF championships between indoors and outdoors, and 35 in Division I NCAA championships, indoor and outdoor and cross country. They're always outstanding. Drake Relays, of course, is always good and is always going to have a special place in my heart. And our state meet has been a great ride, you know, and 30 years ago, I would have been content and happy with my career if I only did one of those meets once in my lifetime. And it's kind of like you ask a kid, what's your favorite sport? It's what the sport they're doing. And same way with me with track and field. It's, there are obviously some that are others would consider top tier, but every meet I do, they get the same effort from me as if it's a high school meet or if it's whatever it is. And I love each and every one of them. Well, 2 weeks ago, Dickinson Relays, Unidome, it's a mainstay in Iowa high school track and field. So that wrapped up the high school indoor season for myself. And now we're ready to open up the high school outdoor season. I'll be going to the Steve Roth Relays / Washington Relays at Washington, Iowa. It's going to be good. It's 3 classes. It's run as one meet, but scored in 3 different classes. Boys only. Always great competition. It's going to be a great season opener, and I'm excited to go.
Sprint memory legs of 100, 100, 200, and 400.
Prepping for meets, high school compared to collegiate, compared to professionally, are similar, but they're still very different. It's a day before the meet at Washington, so I don't have the actual start list or heat sheets yet. So I work off of what we call performance list. I get that from the timer. It has all the current entries and what they send in as a time or distance to get into the meets for seeding purposes. And I use that to do my prep, and then tomorrow I'll transfer my notes from these sheets over to the actual start list. So I use a number of different websites. This is athletic.net, and I just go to the search bar and type in the athlete. Right now I'm prepping the 100 meters, and Riley Kaleberg of Columbus Junction, and I will put in Riley's name, and it will show all of his results as a high schooler that were at least reported to athletic.net. So if I think there's something missing, then I also have tabs open for the last 3 years at the high school state meet, also tab for the state cross country championship, so I can go back and double check to make sure that I'm getting viable information and enough information for the athlete that I'm prepping. So I see here we're at the state indoor meet. Riley got 5th in the 1A long jump and 5th on the 4x1. So there's already got some 2025 statistics, although they're indoors, but it's at the state indoor championships. So great information. So then outdoors last year at the state meet, Cale Berg was on the 4x1. That was 2nd. And he qualified on the sprint medley. Was on the shuttle, that was 8th. And then in 23 outdoor, he was on the 4x1, that was 2nd. And was on the shuttle that got 3rd. In lane 7, he won the long jump in the C division tonight. A 1A qualifier in the 100 last year, 2-time 4x1 runner-up at the outdoor state meet from Columbus Junction. This is Riley Kaleberg. 8th and final section, 11:29 is the time to beat. Aberrector of West Burlington. Let's go, Jude. A great close by Julian Deere of Fort Madison. But my take is if you've got fans at a high school meet that haven't had a lot of exposure to our sport, you can really overwhelm them with too much information. They just need a thumbnail of how good somebody is. You know, what have they accomplished type thing. You know, if you could tell them that they were a conference champion in the 100, you don't need to say their time because that time means nothing to them. Hey, this kid must be pretty good. He won, you know. And somebody like this young man, Alex Reese from Columbus Junction, he's got a ton of stats. So that's why I've got to pare it down. That I definitely want to get in, and he's the #1 ranked kid in 1A. But some of the stats I'll leave out. You know, he was a state indoor champion in the highs. I probably won't say that he was 5th in the 4x1 and 6th in the 200. We'll see how it shakes out when I get all done, but no need for long intros. In lane 3, he too ran on that winning shuttle hurdle relay earlier tonight. He's the defending C division champion in this event, 2-time state high hurdle finalist, 2-time shuttle hurdle relay medalist, the 1A leader at 15:10. From Columbus Junction, Alex Reese. When I go to a high school meet, I want those people to leave hungry for more. Like, wow, this was awesome. I'm coming back. Maybe they're watching a grandson or a niece or a nephew. Well, we've got to go watch his track meet tonight. We'll get that out of the way, and we don't have. And then they're gonna say, "Wow, I want to go. Where's he at next time? I want to go." So, and we move to the second exchange in the 3rd leg. Burlington first with a pass, and the Little Hawks off the turn with the lead. Prairie running 2nd. City High squads. City High Fresh Soft. City High JV. Josh Anderson, new meet record 1:11.99 in 2023. Washington Demons head boys track and field coach Steve Roth was selected as the National Coach of the Year for high school boys track and field. How about a big hand? Congratulations, Coach Steve Roth.
I'm Abby Rancha. I'm Jasmine Blue. I'm Morgan Neese.
I'm Lucy Steele, and we are from Cedar Rapids Jefferson, and we set an all-time Iowa best in the 4x200 and 4x100 in 2015. Coach Calloway really put it in our heads that we would be able to go sub 140 in the 4x200, and that we would be able to be Drake champions, and that was something that all of us wanted.
Oh, the balloons before state.
That's right. That was senior year.
Where was this, Coach?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
How did we get them wet again? Because they would always be soaking wet.
So
because they would
get blown away.
It was like we almost wanted to impress Mike if we knew he was there. Like, we wanted him to say our name the most, along with that first place.
Yeah. And I think that's what made it so special too, because anytime we heard his voice, we're like, we're gonna show up today and like we're gonna do what we trained to do. It definitely lit that competitive fire when we heard his voice.
Well, we'd go to the Dickinson relays, and they wouldn't talk about the meet going up. They wanted to get a picture with you.
Yeah.
Well,
I got the picture.
Really?
10 years ago.
Crazy.
Yeah. I still look old and
No,
which is good. Good. Old doesn't change much, does it? Once
you hit that point, it's right there.
Yeah. You got it for the rest of the duration.
Callaway doesn't interrupt a warm-up for anything, and so when he interrupted a warm-up for us to meet Mike J, he knew it was a very big deal. It was also very great to know that Mike cared enough to come meet us as well.
That hangs
proudly in my garage. My garage is my track cave, and that picture hangs proudly in there. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Mike started doing the relays in the early 2000s, and he didn't know me then, and I certainly didn't have a chance to meet him, but I heard his voice.
2003 was a really turning point in my announcing career. I announced my first USATF championship meet and my first NCAA championship meet in 2003 as well, and my first Drake Relays meet.
I go so far back that Jim Duncan was the announcer that was a fabled announcer back when, and when he retired or quit announcing, I was dubious as to what they would get for an announcer. How could you match someone as great as Jim Duncan? Well, they did in spades when they got Mike J, and I would listen to him at meets and I'd hear that voice.
I never had the opportunity to meet Mr. Duncan and tell him that he inspired me to do what I'm doing, but hopefully he's watching and listening and is proud of what I'm doing as well.
Good evening, track and field fans, and welcome to Drake University, home of America's Athletic Classic.
I think to me, his voice and him announcing creates such an awesome atmosphere that I don't feel like has been matched anywhere else.
He'll run Cameron Mold on the 400, the former A's prep. 98 is the time to beat. Iowa City West with Gametti. And it is actually Centennial. Iowa, Iowa State, Nebraska, Northern Iowa. And Iowa holds on for the win, 7:21.88.
He's really good at setting the stage before a race starts.
Fourth at last year's relays. He was the runner-up in 2A. Current 2A leader at number 6 all-time at 13:88. Trainer senior, Brady Wallace.
His passion too, that you can just tell how much he cares about the runners, the sport, the race that he's announcing for.
Roland Story and Pella. Cedar Rapids Kennedy with Hospodarsky, the outstanding freshman, taking them to the lead. Iowa is running their ace half-miler, Ali Buchan-Nosbish. There's going to be Iowa flavor up front either way you cut it, Iowa or Iowa State. And the Hawkeyes with the win.
In those moments where, like, the weight of the world, it feels like it's on your chest, like hearing him announce it, like, right before you're about to get in your blocks or, like, get ready for your handoff, like, it almost kind of, like, centers you.
5 teams going to the exchange zone together. The half-mile anchor. Pleasant Valley comes out with the lead, running the Women's Invitational Mile. The 50th anniversary of Francie LaRue's Drake Relays record of 4:40.2 set in 1975.
I had remembered him announcing my name in high school, and now, you know, competing in bigger events, it's like, yeah, like Mike's here.
Wearing hip number 10, she ran a new lifetime best 4:20.30 in Boston on February 18th. She was the runner-up in the 3,000 at the Indoor World Championships. She won an NCAA title at Arizona State. She's an Olympic and World Championship 5,000-meter finalist, the American record holder at 1,500. She won 8 Drake Relays titles and 8 state titles on this blue oval while at Sioux City East. Welcome back to Des Moines, Shelby Houlihan. Four laps on the blue oval, make up the mile.
I think if you listen to Dad and then some other announcers, I think, you know, he raises the bar as far as like what is a good announcer.
Shelby Houlihan's working her way up through traffic. She's going to join her fellow Iowan up front. Schweitzer and Houlihan. 50 years ago, Francie LaRue set the Drake Relays record. Chrissy Gear, the road mile champion, has moved into second. It's Houlihan and Gear. Houlihan and Gear here on the front stretch. Shelby Houlihan and Chrissy Gear. Chrissy Gear, just like Vince Ciotti, gets the double. 4:23.69, that is a new Drake Relays record. Shelby Houlihan, the runner-up in 4:23.84. Carissa Schweitzer, third, 4:25.27.
I've always said, if you can't motivate track kids in Iowa, you're not going to be able to motivate them anywhere, because we have the Drake relays, and we do truly have the best announcer in America. Not even close. I've been to a lot of big meets in different places, and there's good announcers, but there's just a great announcer, Mike J, and I mean that sincerely. He's the best.
I hope that someday some kid's saying, you know, I remember Mike J announcing. But I tell people, you know, that people will say, this is Mike J, the voice of the Drake Relays. Jim Duncan will always be the voice of the Drake Relays. I'm just the Drake Relays announcer right now, so. And you mentioned our state meet, and I tell people this, and not tongue-in-cheek whatsoever, that's arguably the best meet that I ever get the chance to work.
And I tell you, I love going to the Iowa State meet, because it's so amazing to be in that stand with all those people.
You know, in Iowa, our state track meet draws 35,000 people, the most in the United States. And so that's just such an unbelievable venue for kids to have to go to see and to see what's happening. It's just amazing.
10,000 people minimum at each session, sitting shoulder to shoulder, cheering for kids that they don't even know. It's the best.
One of my all-time core memories, I will never forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is the race we've all been waiting for. And I still get chills when I say it to this day, and it really just set the tone for the race. And if you watch the race, you were so right in saying, like, he got everyone up on their feet to celebrate us that day. He made that moment, I think, so special, and I think he gave us kind of that push almost to break that record.
The time to beat. Cedar Rapids Jefferson opening up with Abilene. Ranchow should be in the final for the hurdles tomorrow. Southeast Polk with Woodard. Joaquin with Talia Bus. Cedar Rapids Jefferson. And Jasmine Blue has the stick for Cedar Rapids Jefferson. She was on that record-setting quartet 2 years ago and the winning team last year. Cedar Rapids Jefferson. On the outside of Cedar Falls is freshman Sydney Davis. Cedar Falls and Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Southeast Polk is Destiny McGinnis. Cedar Rapids Jefferson and Farrell. Cedar Rapids Jefferson, Southeast Polk, Joaquin. Joaquin right, Gabby James on this flight, but that is Cedar Rapids Jefferson out in front. 1:40.94 is the alt of the state meet record. Cedar Rapids Jefferson with Winke sneak lock. Cedar Rapids Jefferson.
It's crazy how a voice can mean so much to just the sport of track and field. And I feel like growing up in the sport in Iowa, we were used to maybe hearing that voice, so it's very familiar to us.
1:39.24, Cedar Rapids Jefferson.
Knowing that we had that voice to push us, or that voice that we wanted to hear at the finish line, I think that played a part in just wanting to be in that moment.
And they have won the last 3 in a row and 4 out of the last 5, but none better than the first Iowa high school girls team ever under 130, an all-time best, 1:39.4.
Can I ask a question? Like,
Absolutely.
What was going through your head before you announced that race? Like, what brought you? Did you know you were going to say that before you announced it? Like,
to be quite honest, 139 never entered my mind. I just knew how damn good you were.
and knew that, you know, could be a state meet record on the line, you know, could be an all-time best without going under 140. Yeah, 139 never entered my mind.
Well, we saw the 80 boys set the all-time best in the 4x8, breaking a record that many of us thought would never be beaten. I wasn't so sure that we'd ever see a high school girls team break 140 in the 4x2. We saw it today.
But going back to what I've said now about 5, you guys set the tone for Iowa girls that, hey, you know what, this can happen. And it happens not on a regular basis, but more often, obviously, than it ever did because of you guys. And as a track fan, I thank you for that. To have this and meet you girls today, you say it's a big deal to meet me, it's a big deal to meet you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys are special. Okay, so, well, state qualifying meets were last Thursday. I got heat sheets late Saturday night, and I've been down here in the basement since Sunday morning. Haven't gone upstairs too many times. It's a lot of hours of prep, but wouldn't change it for the world. This being Tuesday afternoon, I've got close to 30 hours in so far. The goal is to have everything done before I get to Des Moines on Wednesday. It's a hectic, busy week, but it is the best. Our state meet is the highlight of my season, and I cannot wait. So,
I know coaching throughout this state, I've worked my way into the 4A, and to just get to the state meet is an honor. For a kid just to make it and be one of the top 24 in the state, it's, you know, yes, there's all different levels of ability, but it is an absolute honor. It is a huge, huge accomplishment.
I think as a state, you know, we're in this like sweet spot of the Mike J era of the meets and just the whole feel that he brings to the state for running.
And I don't think that we will really know the extent of what Mike meant to so many kids throughout the state when they heard their name announced on the track.
That man makes it so special. I can't give him enough praise because I know every year, and maybe he's tired of me here to say it, but the state meet would not be the state meet without Mike behind the microphone.
Marv, how are you, buddy?
The two of it, we've seen a lot of things come and go, you know, and a lot of things that I think that kids have accomplished that we never dreamed that we would be able to witness. And then now we expect it. We expected at the Drake Relays and the state meet that we are going to have these amazing performances, and we get them. Iowa is a good football state. We are a track and field state too, I'm telling you. It gets better each and every year. I invite people that have any doubt of that to come to our state meet. Whether you're an Iowan or from out of state, check it out and see what these kids can do.
First event in this 2025 Iowa High School Girls and Boys State Track and Field Championships will be the shuttle hurdle relay for the girls in Class 2A.
Set.
And try center out of 3 and 4.
Well, with winner, Ridgeview with Tesh.
Noel Steinis of Tipton is soon to become one of only 6 Iowa preps to win 4 titles in the 3,000 meters. Evan Osler out of lane 1. His teammate, freshman Riker Wright, running second. 47.88 at the new state meet record. Nathan Miller taking a record down that has stood for 20 years from the great Greg Offerman of Charles City. And Hannah Longmire is one of the best to ever do it.
and she just sets a new all-time best. Hannah Longmire, John Reynolds. We have another all-time best. 104.34 for Reynolds.
Got a true feeling at how alive and well track and field is in the state of Iowa.
We thank you all for being here. Day 2, 2025, Iowa High School Track and Field Championships. Monticello Western Christian. Sioux Central. These quarter milers are in their lanes till they get to the small Section 2 of 3. All 3 jumpers still alive in that 2A high jump. Stick with Grundy Center to the inside of Spirit Lake with Dylan Steckler. Section 2 of 3. Christopher Meyer of Independent. Allie Darter of Butte Hempstead. State title number 13. Waukee Northwest with DeYoung. They'll be anchoring Gableson. Boyer has the stick. Wolf with the baton. Northwest with the pass as well. And Dowling, your Drake champion and your state champion in the 1600 medley. Okay, boys, about showtime. Let's go. Well, good morning, track and field fans. Welcome back to the Blue Oval, day 3. If you've been with us Thursday and Friday, you absolutely know what's in store for this Saturday. If this is your first time to the Drake Stadium for the state meet, whether it be for this year or ever, welcome. You are in for a show.
On your marks. Set.
Took home 4 goals last year. Pella Christian with Ben White, Roland Story. That's Woodbine coming down from lane 8. That'll be the first to the rail on the backstroke. Anderson of Riverside, Oakland. He was on their winning 4x8. Here they come off the turn. Okoboji and Unity Christian. Quentin Nauman, closer 53-8, the first ever Iowa Prep under 150 in the Open 800, 149.41. ADM, 101.15, a new state meet record by 2 seconds. Number 4 all time for ADM. In lane 4, Tay Seals of Clear Creek, Amana. Seals and Higginbottom. Seals and Higginbottom and Reed. 13:58. Number 2 all time. Tay Seals, Clear Creek, Amana. Higginbottom ran 13:77. Lily Denton, Council Bluffs, St. Albert. Picks up her 3rd gold of the weekend. And does it in style. That is a new meet record. On 3:02 at 1200. The bell lap. Let's bring him home. Something special here on the Blue Oval. Oh my God! Quentin Nauman, 3:59.60. 4:03.53 for 10 pass. Oh my! Athletes and coaches, thank you for everything this weekend. Officials and volunteers, you are the very best as well. We thank you for your dedication to our great sport. Boys Association, Girls Athletic Union, thank you for your support of this great sport.
Mike, you got a special guest here.
Get in here! I was hoping you'd, oh my God. Way to go, buddy. Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, unbelievable.
I know, thank you.
What?
Oh, I know. Thank you.
That is so awesome.
I know, thank
and
you.
we were here to witness it.
You were here to announce it.
Well,
something special.
I want to shake your hand too. That was amazing.
You're special.
Well, thank you.
End of story. Your voice is something that's heard for years, and it's amazing.
Thank you. But somebody get a picture of me and the champ, would you?
Yeah.
Oh, you made my day. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, thank you.
Really, really fun to watch,
Thank
and it's
you.
really fun to be up here with him watching it.
Yeah,
Oh.
I wanted to be up here. I wanted to talk to him. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to do this, but I'm going to do it.
Oh, you'd be
allowed to do about
We would allow you to do about whatever you
Okay.
want to.
Okay.
They'll give you the keys to the city if you want.
Okay. All right. Hey,
See you, buddy.
Nice to see you.
Hey, best
again.
of luck to you, Quentin.
Yeah, thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything. We love having you guys here. Thanks, Matt. Great job, buddy. Thanks for
Hey, nice job, bud.
putting up my request for the sheets, and Chuck and Jason, thanks for the information. Thank you. There's no way we could do it without each other. So appreciative of all of you. It's just
Thanks, Mike.
and if we're not all working together, it don't happen. You know that as well as I do.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, fellas, for
you,
everything. What a 3 days, fellas. My God.
Super me.
I'm going off the grid for a couple days just so I don't have to talk, but I can't wait to get the Sunday paper and realize what the hell happened this weekend. The meet's over, I don't even know what to do with myself now. What the hell I'm doing, I'm walking around in circles up here. We are so lucky, fellas, to be able to do what we do. It's just crazy. Never take it for granted.
I've been asked several times lately, because I'm 65, and Renee's retiring next year. So when are you going to retire and quit doing all this travel? And I've given it a lot of thought, you know, and my answer is I would rather be doing it than not doing it. You know, I just, it's what I know. That's how I occupy my time. It's my hobby, it's my job, and the day will come, you know, and they'll either quit having me, or I'll say, yeah, this is enough, or I'll cut back a little bit. But I think for me, and I've given this some thought, I think when it's time, it's just going to be cold turkey, and I'm done. Because I'm not good at telling people no. There are meets I've done for 25 or 30 years. And so I think when I'm done, I'm done. When that day comes, who knows?
It's been quite the journey. We're so blessed. Mike and I are so blessed. I've got a job that I love and do, like I said earlier, and Mike does. The Lord has blessed us tremendously, and I'm so thankful for that. So we're just going to take the ride and enjoy it and share and love people deeply. So.
Well, in February, February was busy. It always is each and every year in January, and so I don't know if I was feeling sorry for myself or a little melancholy, but I made this Facebook post, and it says, "Track and field has taken me to so many amazing meets, facilities, and cities in 24 states. I have a feeling this one is going to rank near the top. Just the storied history of the Ivy League is probably enough, but holding this meet here at Cornell for the final time makes it even more special. Coach Purdy started the fire in me for this great sport 50 years ago. When I was a sophomore in high school, he invited me to ride along with the team to the Drake Relays and the state meet, and I am forever grateful. I'm a lucky, blessed man. I've been asking myself and others lately, is it time to slow down a bit? Long travel can be tough for an old man with a bad knee and a bad back, but you know what? I would rather be doing it than not doing it. It's been a hell of a ride, but I hope it doesn't end anytime soon." And you know, not too many people can get up every morning and enjoy what they do. My wife is one that does. She's going to retire after 30 years doing her job. She absolutely loves going to work each and every day. And I think you have to have a passion and you have to have a purpose in life, or why the hell get out of bed? And along with my family and friends, the track and field provides that for me. And so, in it for the long haul.